And in passive transport, no energy is used because things move from higher concentration to lower concentration. But in active transport, things move from lower concentration to higher concentration. So we know in fresh water lower concentration of salt are present, and they are taking salt from salt containing food, so they will use this mechanism with the expenditure of energy like ATP energy in the form of ATP. So after osmoregulation in aquatic environment, now we will discuss osmoregulation in terrestrial environment. The organisms living in terrestrial environment are called terrestrial animals. They lose water by evaporation. Here you can see, as they lose water, it causes dehydration in their body. So it is major problem for animals in terrestrial environment. Examples are some vertebrates, some arthropods, some. Now we will discuss how they adapted themselves to successfully live in terrestrial environment. Here are some adaptations. 4 adaptations have been given here. The first one is the body surface is made up of such a structure that it can reduce the small amount of or less amount of water. Some examples are insects, as they have waxy exoskeleton. Waxy exoskeleton have deposition of some lipids, and lipids, you know, show non-polarity to water. So due to waxy layer, less amount of water can be reduced from their skin. The next adaptation is some vertebrates have dead skin that is multi-layer, and it is composed of keratinized tissues, that is very hard structure. So both these two adaptations, keratinized skin and waxy exoskeleton, help them to live in terrestrial environment. The next adaptation is that how they compensate water or due to loss of water by evaporation, how they can adapt themselves. They can drink, eat moist food, or they eat those foods which are rich source of water. Next, third one is that these animals show metabolic processes and behavior. They also have some metabolic and behavioral adaptations like kangaroo and camel. Camel is also known as king of desert. It can store in its hump and can live for months, for weeks without drinking water. Same is kangaroo and rat. They can also survive without drinking water for even for weeks, even for months. Or they eat seeds, and these seeds contain carbohydrates. So indirectly they can absorb, or they can produce water by the metabolism of carbon. Fourth adaptation is by osmoregulation in kidney. As you know, kidneys help in urine formation, and if like terrestrial animals, if they have less amount of water, water can be reabsorbed from the kidneys, so they form concentrated urine due to reabsorption of water. But this reabsorbed water they use for their metabolic process and to regain the loss of water by evaporation. So this ability for toleration of dehydration by terrestrial animal is called anhydrobiosis. As so they can tolerate dehydration by adopting all these 4 mechanisms. We will repeat it. The first mechanism was by adaptation of their structures, body structures or outer covering, or skin development. Second adaptation is by drinking moist food. Third adaptation by